Hi, it's Dan from DV247 and we're continuing our look at the Native Instruments Vintage Compressor range. And in this video we're going to take a look at the VC2A, which is an LA2A style compressor. Probably the simplest of the bunch. You literally just have a peak reduction knob which does your compression, and a gain knob for the makeup gain depending on how much compression you use. It's developed with Softube like all the other VC range, and there's a few little extras you've got on here as well, namely a wet dry knob so you can actually blend in some of your dry signal for parallel compression. You also have a high pass filter which actually cuts out some of the bass that gets sent to the compressor, so if you want to compress kicks and things like that, you can actually dial in some of that and it leaves the bottom alone and will compress the remaining signal. You've also got a sidechain gain for doing things like if you were to have a synthesizer, you could key in a sidechain kick to make it pump like in dance music. But I want to show in this video a couple of things that I like the VC2A compression style for. The first one is a piano, so I just want to play you quickly this piano that we have in the mix. And then I will add some of the LA2A just so you can hear what it's doing and explain why I like it. Here we go. So it's not too bad on its own actually. It needs a bit more impact, and I think some of the sustain that compressors can bring will actually make that sound a bit more exciting and lock it down because it's a bit dynamic and a bit uneven. The piano, by the way, is from Alicia's Keys, which we'll just take a look at here. It's in the Komplete library now, so this is one of the better pianos in the library, so that's why I'm using this one. And we'll just go ahead and add the VC2A to it. And already, when we just play it, let's start from the beginning. You can already hear it's added a little bit of excitement to the piano part. So I'll just A-B it now with it on and off. This is without compression. So you can really hear it adds to the dynamic quality. It evens things out, locks it in place so you can actually mix it a bit easier, and as well it smoothens out the sustain so you get a much sustained and impactful piano. So the second thing that I like to use the VC2A on is vocals. You may have seen a second ago I accidentally stuck the VC2A on my vocal track. We'll do that again for real this time, and I'll just demonstrate quickly why I like that on the vocals. Okay, so not pulling any peak reduction at the moment. You can hear there's the makeup gain right there, and start to get some more compression in. So you can see there it's actually pulling about 5 dB at the louder parts of my voice in compression, and pretty transparently actually. If we A-B'd it against my normal voice, there you go, and put it back on, there's a bit more sustain in my voice, levels things out, but it's very, very transparent. Which is good for voiceover and things like that. Sometimes you don't want to hear the compressor working, you just want to lock it into place so you don't end up having too many peaks. As I bring the gain reduction up further, you'll hear it clamping down a lot harder on the vocals, so it's constantly in compression. And if I bring up the makeup gain now to keep it, you'll hear it's still very, very transparent in compressor mode. It's got quite a slow attack. You can still hear my transients and S's and T's and things cutting through. If I just take that off and hear it normally, you see that I'm just peaking just below about minus 12 actually. When I put it on, it levels it out perfectly about there and gives you a good, in fact we're actually under now, so to get the same dynamic range actually gives the impression of being a bit louder as well, and it starts to get very radio when I get a bit louder, and when I talk quieter you can still hear it just as loud as when I'm hearing it louder, so it keeps things in the same kind of ballpark area, and very smooth and level. So that's why I quite like that as a vocal compressor. That's too much compression for me. If I start to bring it down, I just wanted to catch the peaks and keep it level. And so there we go. That's the VC2A from Native Instruments in conjunction with Softube. Great compressor, one of my favourites, one of the most simple to use. Have a play with it and see what you think. Thanks for watching.